Hi guys, this is Uzi with discgolfswag.com. I wanted to do a short tutorial on shaving cream burst dye. You can get all of these materials, well, the dyes and the disc from discgolfswag.com. The only thing you would need to do this at home would be some shaving cream and either a paper plate, a tray, something like that. I've used this a few times so you can see kind of the dye residue that's left over, but that shouldn't affect the disc at all. Using a blank canvas Westside Disc Tournament Harp, premium plastic takes dye the best. And this is one I did a couple days ago with the same method. This is a Latitude 64 River with blue, green, red, and the mixture of the colors creates, the purples, the pinks, the yellows, and all that. To get started, all you need is some shaving cream. I use this type, I get it from the dollar store. This one can do like 5 or 6 discs. So really cost effective. You want to make sure to shake it up really well. And to get the burst effect, kind of the most pronounced, you want to make a mound that isn't too high, more of a flatter mound. So to do that, I like to kind of tilt it and then try to keep it pretty flat. And then the next step is just to apply the dye. When applying the powder dye, again, all of this can be found at discgolfswag.com. You want to go very light, using less dye than you think is necessary. So I'll start out with blue. So you can see it's just this powder dye. And first you want to just shake off the excess into the container and then kind of go on it. So it might be hard to see, but it's very light sprinkling of the dye. I like blue, so I'm going to use a decent amount of blue. That should be good. And if you use too much dye, what'll happen is it'll clump up and it'll create white spots on the disc. So just kind of want to be careful to avoid that if possible. Obviously, all dyes are unique and there are always going to be some imperfections, and it doesn't really take away from, the disc at all. Then I'm going to add some green. And this is just a normal cotton swab. I like to use a different one per each color just to not mix the colors into the containers. Okay. And then finally, apply some red. All right, so that is it. To get the burst effect, you want to just take the disc and push it down, just straight down. You can kind of change the effect by either twisting, pulling and twisting, but just kind of the general way I like to do it is just pushing it down in the beginning, and then using, you know, another disc, some other die. You can kind of change your technique and try out different things, which is the cool part of dyeing. So now we'll just take it and push it down from the center. And you want to just push until you see streaks coming from the edges of the disc. So that should be it. Now, for this disc, I usually would wait at least 8 to 12 hours. You can leave it longer, up to 24 to even 48 hours. The colors will get a little bit brighter, but I generally notice after 12 hours with this kind of plastic type, Star Plastic, Fusion Plastic, S-Line Plastic, ESP, after 12 to 15 hours, it usually doesn't get too much brighter. So you can kind of play with it and see how it works, and we'll come back and kind of see what the results are like. But this was the kind of the idea of what you'll get out of that kind of disc dye. Again, thanks for watching. If you do like this is a new channel. I really appreciate if you would like the video. If you found this information helpful, to subscribe, and obviously follow us on Instagram and Facebook for new dyes, giveaways, things like that. Thanks for watching.